Deputy Speaker.
Virginia Crosbie.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I'd like to thank the honourable member from Erith and Thamesmead for her courage in speaking up for victims of domestic abuse, and the honourable member for Brecon and Radnorshire, who spoke so passionately on behalf of victims in the Bill Committee. When it was introduced, the Domestic Abuse Bill was a groundbreaking piece of UK legislation, and the Government has followed through on its commitment to update and future-proof the law by bringing this enhanced bill to the House. In preparation for my role on the Bill Committee, I spoke with representatives of Gorwell to understand how domestic abuse presents itself in my constituency of Ynys-Môn. Gorwell, which means horizon in English, provides support services for up to 500 victims of domestic violence and homelessness every single week across North Wales. From my discussions with them and my previous work with other support services, it's clear to me that domestic abuse cuts through every cultural, social and gender divide. Throughout the committee stage, we heard horrific evidence of violence and abuse, and we sought to clarify and understand where support is most needed and how it can best be provided. This bill is backed up with genuine funding to help our authorities tackle this horrendous offence. It provides the most comprehensive package of protection for victims of domestic abuse ever seen in the UK. But the committee recognised too that there are some areas in which there are significant gaps in data and where more work is required to understand the best ways we can support specific subgroups of victims. And one such group is migrant victims. We heard much evidence from groups like Southall Black Sisters and discussed this matter at length in the committee stage. We know that some migrant victims have no recourse to public funds and may not be eligible for the Destitution Domestic Violence concession. And the Government has already provided over £1 million of support for these victims through the Tampon Tax Fund. However, this is a complex and nuanced area of concern, with a wide variety of associated issues such as immigration, trafficking, child protection and asylum. And we identified that there are still significant gaps in our understanding of the needs of this group. I therefore welcome the Government's announcement of a £1.5 million pilot project, which will not only support migrant victims to find safe accommodation and services, but will also be designed to assess gaps in provision and gather robust data to inform future funding. Improving our understanding of the needs of migrant victims will allow the Government to invest public money in providing appropriate support mechanisms that are fit for purpose. I'd like to end by saying I entered politics to help those that have no voice, and this landmark legislation has allowed me to do just that. It has been an honour to sit on the Domestic Abuse Bill Committee, and I'm proud of the difference that this Government is making to the lives of people all across the UK.